Okay. Hakim's a Muslim, pronouns are him, calling from, I guess, Alabama, and says has proof of God, but you don't get to set the criteria. God sets it. Hey, Hakim, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yep.
So what criteria did God set, and how can we be sure that that's true?
That's a good question. Well, the criteria is that. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying that's my job.
Oh, okay. Okay. The criteria is that first he lets us know, first of all, that he is of the unseen. We cannot see him. Okay.
How do you know that?
There is an unseen world that exists. That's how I know that.
How do you know that?
If an unseen world didn't exist, then I wouldn't take that.
So you're saying you know an unseen world exists because you believe it exists?
I know it exists.
How do you know it exists? A world that we cannot see, non-physical. More importantly, Hakim, how can Eric and I know that this unseen world exists?
Can you see time?
No.
But it exists, right?
No.
What?
Time is not an extant thing. Time is a label we put on the motion that we do observe. We don't see time. We see motion, and we infer and label time on behalf of it. But even if time existed, that doesn't make time God or supernatural. You said that God sets the criteria, and I said, what criteria did God set, and how can we know that it's true? And you have yet to give me criteria or any way to know that God said it.
I have to tell you that part because it's related to the criteria that he set.
I'm sorry, Hakim. First of all, you broke up a little bit there.
Can I see him?
Your audio's breaking up. What is the criteria, and how do you know that God set that criteria?
The criteria is that he says he reveals himself. We cannot see him in intelligence, in nature, in the Quran.
I'm sorry, Hakim. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you for the reason you think. Your audio is breaking up.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
You should have prayed. Maybe you should have prayed before you picked up the phone that God would make your voice clear.
So can you hear me now?
It's still going to break up a little bit. I just want to let's take this in small chunks because your phone's breaking up. How can I know that God set some criteria?
He says he reveals himself in nature, in man's intelligence.
Hakim,
yes.
Am I understanding you? Your phone's breaking up again. Am I understanding you correctly? When I asked, how can I know that God set criteria? Your answer is God said he reveals himself through nature. Was that your answer?
No, I said 3 of them.
No. I just asked you, how can I know that God set the criteria? And you said, I thought you said because he said he revealed himself in nature.
Yes, that was one of them.
No, Hakim, that's not a criteria. That's an assertion. How can I know that God said he reveals himself in nature?
How can you know that? Because it's stated in the book that he claims that he is the author of.
No, Hakim. How can I be confident that the book you're referencing was in fact directed by God?
Okay. God says in the book, the Holy Quran.
No, Hakim. Hakim. You do not get to say God says in the book. The book says
in the
something.
Book, in the book,
hang on,
in the book, Hakim, the Quran, in the book, the Holy Quran tells man.
Hakim, listen.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I know what the Bible says. I know what the Quran says. I don't give a fuck what either of them say, and will not until you demonstrate. And it's not fine. Please stop interrupting me. I'm asking you, if God said something How can I be confident that God said something? You look at a book and you say, God said this. And I look at a book and I say, the book claims God said this. How can I tell that God actually said it?
Ask me, how can God say something in a book? Is that what you're asking me?
Okay, I'm going to try this one last time, and I'm going to let Eric take over because I'm fucking this up. So here's the thing.
All right.
Which book are you referring to, just for shorthand? The Bible, the Quran, what?
The Quran.
Okay, so you say the Quran, of course, as if that's supposed to be fucking obvious. The Quran promotes a pederast as God's representative, and that doesn't make sense to me. But here's the issue.
Okay, that's you.
Okay. If the Quran says that Allah has set the criteria, how can I be sure that what the Quran says about God setting the criteria is true? That's my last question for you.
The criteria that he set in the Quran, he tells.
No, sir. No, sir, Hakim.
If you have doubt.
Hakim, I did not ask what the fucking book said. I did not ask what the criteria was. I said, so please listen. Please. I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you because you're garbage at listening. So pay very close attention. This is my passport. On this passport, it says, it has listed a policy of the government. And so I can say this policy in this book was handed down by the government. And somebody could say, how do you know that? And so I would say, we would have to go look up the Constitution and the process by which this particular piece was ratified as a law within the United States of America. That is how I can be confident that this passport is actually government issued. Now, there are other checks and balances in here as well, including the anti-fraud stuff, but these things get faked. At the end of the day, I'm asking you, I know what the fuck the Quran says. I know what the fuck the Bible says. I know what the fucking number of different holy books say. You're saying the Quran is God claiming what the criteria is. That's like saying my passport is the government claiming I'm a citizen. When I ask you, how can I verify that the government is saying I'm a citizen on this document, you cannot answer by saying the document says so. And so when I say, how can I verify that God listed criteria in the Quran, you cannot reply because the Quran says so. You have to give a justification for that. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, we will never be able to carry on a conversation further. So how can I verify that God dictated the criteria in the Quran?
I heard everything you said clearly. As soon as you unmuted me, it started breaking up again. Can you hear me clearly now?
No, you're still breaking up, but I'd just like you to answer the fucking question.
Wow. Your whole heard with no break, but you can't hear me without it breaking up.
I mean, Hakim, you can listen.
It's your cell phone service.
If you don't believe us, just go back in the video and listen. You'll hear what we're hearing.
Am I going to let you speak? I don't know. Are you going to speak or squeak? Tell me how I can know that God gave the criteria in the Quran. Last fucking chance.
I have to test that book that makes the claim that it's from God. I have to put the book to the test. Just like you have to put it from the government, check that out.
So angry.
Yes. You have to check it out.
So what's the test that I've been asking you for over and over again? What's the test?
Yes, the test for me.
No, it's not for you. It's not for you. There's not a test for you.
I'm
No,
an
it's
individual.
not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're so hopelessly confused. I'd like to help you. But here's the thing. The passport isn't true just for me. It's not a test just for me. There's a test where anybody can verify what my passport says and what the legal bindings are. Can you present anything remotely like that for
You're
God?
comparing God to a damn passport, man. Are you out of your
Yes.
damn mind?
Yes,
It makes
I'm
no damn
completely
sense.
out of my
It
mind
makes no
because
damn
I'm
sense.
talking.
A passport you
I'm
can
talking
see.
about
Passport is a
standards of
piece damn
evidence.
paper.
I'm talking about
Oh my
standards of
God.
evidence, and you don't know how to think
Man,
your
you're
way
an
out of the
idiot.
box that you fucking shoehorned yourself into. So I'm sorry that you don't understand analogies or evidence, but I'm not merely talking about a piece of paper. I'm talking about how we verify that a claim is true. Any claim. It's not just a claim for you. It's not just a claim for me. There's not a special way to verify it for me or a special way to verify it for you. Oh, you ran away. After yelling and screaming about how I'm losing my mind because I compared God to a piece of paper, I'm sorry that you don't understand analogies. That must be very difficult for you.
Very fragile. Hakim did say one thing. I'm assuming I heard him correctly. He said testing it. And I was like, that's a good first step. We have a claim. Let's test it. And we couldn't get to, okay, what's the test? And Hakim, maybe if you want to try again, maybe get a better connection. Yeah, I know. I know he left, but call back in on another show. Hopefully your connection's better. Stay a little calmer because we're asking perfectly reasonable questions. Don't get all bent out of shape because Matt used an analogy about a passport to talk about what to do with the Quran. That's not comparing. That's just drawing. That's just drawing. Well, it is comparing, but it's trying to paint a picture so that we can understand the argument or the conversation. But what is the test? Call back in and let us know.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jimmy Snow. I'm the executive producer of The Line. And at night, I sneak into Matt Dillahunty's house and I trade his cereals for other cereals. He comes out and he's like, wait, these are cereals I buy, but I swear I had different cereals. Anyway, would you like to support this channel or any specific show? You can do so over on Patreon or in channel memberships. There are special tiers for special shows or for the channel at large, and it helps us expand programming as well as hopefully very soon launch it in podcast form. Now, also, if you'd like to support, you can like, you can subscribe, you can leave a comment or a super thanks, which is a special highlighted comment that you pay for. Those are fun. And, screw the algorithm, go check out something over here, I suppose. Boy, I hope I can still put those icons there, because if I can't, this is going to look really stupid. I'm going to go buy some Cocoa Puffs and switch out Matt's mini wheats now.